What's going on, everybody? It's Alan Thomas, aka Shadow Assassins, and the topic of this video today is whether or not you should use Line Webtoon or Tapastic, now known as Tapas, I guess, for your webcomics. I guess this is going to be a specific video for webcomic creators, but I'm recently in the process of formatting my webcomics for Webtoon instead of, I guess, the normal print format that I had my webcomic in. If I get distracted periodically during this video, just bear with me. I'm in my car right now. There's a lot going on around me. But from what I've seen so far, I've actually started just dabbling a little bit in the line yet, but I haven't fully uploaded my comic. I've just been piddling around and just seeing how it works. And of course, people who follow my webcomic already know that I've been on Tapas for about 3 years now. Honestly, I'd say the main two differences that I've seen between Line Webtoon and Tapastic that you should tailor however you want to do your webcomic or whatever you're trying to get out of it. I guess that'll dictate which one you choose. Personally, I'll be honest, well, I'll get to that at the end of the video, but the two differences that I've seen mainly in the two platforms is with Line Webtoon, it's basically a haven for people looking for webcomics. So if you're trying to get fans of your webcomic, it seems like Webtoon is probably the better, especially if you're really serious about getting your webcomic out there. I think Webtoon is probably better in the sense that most webcomic fans are right there. Like, most of them are already on Webtoon, and that's specifically what they're looking for. And Webtoon's system of featuring artists and whatnot seems a lot more friendlier than Tapas is. Tapas used to be a very friendly site for pushing, I guess, small struggling indie artists, but now I guess I'm not sure how it works anymore as far as what you see when you go to the homepage other than download our app. But it seems like Line Webtoon has a home specifically for a webcomic artist, excuse me. And I could be wrong, but this is just from what I've seen so far. As far as Tapas is concerned, it has a much bigger community of both webcomic artists and fans alike. There's an actual forum where I see a lot of fans gather. That's actually how I met the majority of my fans for my comic, and that's how I discovered a lot of my favorite webcomics too, is basically in the forum section. I find that it's much easier to, I guess, engaging with other comic creators and fans, as well as promoting your art or your webcomic when necessary. It's a lot better. I don't know, it seems like a better animal for that at Tapas than it is on Webtoon. There's some just bright flash just went across the parking lot. I don't know what's going on right now. Anyways, um, Tapas just seems to have like a much more robust community of people. I guess people giving advice. They're talking about different struggles of webcomics. They're promoting different webcomics. Just a lot of things happening in the community of Tapas, especially in the forums and in a lot of webcomic pages that I don't see in Line Webtoon. But a lot of, I guess, what I see in Line Webtoon is a lot more devoted fans than Tapastic. Like, I see a lot of comments on a lot of random sort of webcomics online, which, I mean, I go to Tapas and there's a webcomic that'll be there with like 10,000 subscribers, maybe even more, and it'll have like 15 comments, which is insane to me. I know my webcomic has about around 100 subscribers, but I think I get like the same 5 or 6 people commenting every week, which I appreciate all 5 of you that's looking at my comic on a week-to-week basis, but it's like I have 100 subscribers. How is that even happening? So with Line Webtoon, it seems like the actual fan base that you develop on there is probably more apt to engage you on the site. So those are the two real big differences that I've noticed between the two sites. But personally, I think I need to stop tapping the microphone while I'm talking, by the way. But personally, if I were you and I were gonna choose a webcomic, if I guess depending upon the 2 points that I just made about each comic would stir you in whatever direction you want to go in. But honestly, I think you should just put it on both platforms and see how it works. Just one thing to keep in mind though, and I'll probably get into this on another video, but both platforms seem to really push their mobile apps, and they really push using the viewing your webcomic on mobile. So keep in mind sort of putting your comic in a vertical format when you're putting your comic on either platform. I didn't take that into account when I originally made my webcomics, which is why it sort of makes sense for print, but for, I guess, scrolling on a phone or a tablet, it's sort of, the pace is sort of different, which is why I'm sort of reformatting my webcomic now for Webtoon. And I'll have a video going more in depth about that later. But yeah, just something to keep in mind for both platforms is you're gonna need to get used to posting the comic in a more vertical format. And honestly, if you can spread your panels out that way, it'll sort of benefit you in the long run. But that's another conversation for another day. I have a video about that coming up shortly. But that's my little rant for right now. I hope this helps somebody out there if you're stuck on where you want to put your comic at or what platform to use. Like I said, I probably, if I were you, would use both of them and just see which works for you better, or if they both work and they both get you traction, just roll with it. But yeah, that's my little nugget of advice for the day. I'm gonna continue painting right now, and I hope you all have a good day, and I'm out.